my friend, I hope this finds you well. As I post this, I will have passed 5 years of working at my current job. The job that I got as soon as I graduated from undergrad college, working with really great people. It's a city job, so good benefits and lots of vacation time. It's also a civil service. So, you know, what more could I ask for, right? There are those people that have like these goals in their life, like, yeah, I'm gonna become an astronaut, or, you know, a great surgeon, or the best janitor anybody's ever seen, and they have that ambition and they have that goal set and they know what they want. And you know, I never had something like that. Never something that like, oh, I felt real push or called to do. I will admit I'm a bit jealous. There are some people, right, who like, they enjoy the work they're doing. What a blessing it is when you have something like that. But I also believe that for the vast majority of us, work is work. I know comparison is the thief of happiness. And I know there's that whole thing about imposter syndrome. TED Talk did a pretty good video about that. And I know I have high standards for myself sometimes that are like higher than a lot of other people have. And so maybe it's just a cognitive dissonance that I have about what I think I should be doing versus what is expected from me. But there are like days where I go into work and I feel like I've done nothing, and I hate that feeling, and I don't want to be that kind of worker. But yeah, a coworker and I were talking about that. I guess also the difference in any kind of academia versus the workforce. When you get your assignment back or your quiz back or your grades back, you get that feedback and you get to know, oh, I'm doing this well or I'm not. And it's kind of like you're acquiring these experience points in a video game, and you can see yourself level up, and I'm going to this next level here and that next level there. And a friend from mine at my dad's church, Josh, and I were also talking about another time how our society in general just really feeds into this level up culture. Like in video games, you keep leveling up, and society just continues to encourage us to keep leveling up. You know, level up with your grades, level up with your career, level up with your housing, level up with your love life, you know, your food intake, your body image, just keep leveling up. But it's a shift now, becoming an adult and adulting, and like at work, there's not those milestones. There's not those, oh, I'm doing well. I have to tell myself I'm doing well, and I have to set goals for myself, and I have to set the deadlines. But I guess I've become like dependent on the way that the education system has set things up for me, and the leveling up mentality of society. With my high expectations for myself, I continue to think that I'm not doing a good job. And I look at my coworkers around me and I say, oh, I feel like they're doing a good job. Also, important point of all this realization in the midst of these 2 years is a good reminder that I am a bit judgy. I could give Lizzie Bennett a good run for her money in how prejudiced I guess I can be. Whether it's judging myself and saying, oh, I'm not doing a good job, and in the same breath turning to some other of my coworkers and saying, oh, they're not doing a good job. Like in the same breath. How amazing is that? That I'll stand here and say, oh, I feel like I'm a terrible employee. I feel so bad. My coworkers are doing a great job over here. I really hope I'm never as awful as my coworkers over here. Like, what kind of brain is that? I think there's real merit for my friends and peers who move over because they know what they want and they know what they don't want, and they know that they just don't fit in a certain environment, that they can give their talents and their skill set and really grow in another environment so much better that they move on, which is fantastic. I was talking to another friend of mine about talents, and when do we acknowledge the talents within us that God has given us and use them and accrue that interest, right, instead of burying it into the ground. I know that God has given me many gifts in my life, and He's given me this camera, the means to buy a camera and record things in a quiet space in a room that I have, and to have access to the internet, to post it to the World Wide Web, like that in itself is a very big privilege. There's a great Vlogbrothers video about that. But very often I question within myself if I sometimes will have these fantasies about going to a different environment or a different career choice and thinking I might do better, when really I'm just playing the grass is greener game, and it's more an attitude problem that I have. How much of it is environment versus internal attitude and perception? How much of it is nurture versus nature? I know, philosophically speaking, this will forever be a question until the end of time. That question of, should I stay or should I go? Should I fight it out and, you know, be patient in where I am now and like grow here, or, you know, make that leap of faith into somewhere else and go somewhere else? I feel like that discernment I am completely lacking in. And it's really frustrating. I guess part of what makes it hard is I just don't want to make the decision, or I don't know how to make the decision. I also can give into the cognitive dissonance of self-fulfilling prophecy and telling myself, well, it doesn't matter what I do because no matter what, it's never going to get better. All the fun negative thoughts that can get wrapped up in my head. But you know, friend, to be honest, I feel like I have no idea where I would even go. And that's what makes it kind of frustrating and stuck. The stuck feeling. I don't know if I should go, where I should go. I don't feel like I know the niche that I would fit in. And if I should stay, which I am staying in my current situation, but what steps do I need to take that will actually lead to some kind of change? Because I feel like I'll try for a little bit and then get disheartened and stop, and then just stagnate for quite some time. I am a wimp when it comes to discipline, and I get very easily disheartened, and I'm pretty impatient and thick-headed. I know I've talked to some people in my life about this before, and I remember talking to Tim about this in the car, and a little bit about some kind of stuff like this. And the one thing I really remember was I was just saying how I feel so weak. I feel like I try to get things done and I can't. And Tim said, it's a blessing to know that you're weak. I still wrestle with that. Anyway, the long and the short of it is, as Uncle Ira would say, we all need to ask ourselves the question, who are you and what do you want? So, despite my issues with trust and obedience and discipline, I will keep trying to just do the small bits of discernment every day that I can. And God willing, in His timing, I will just step forward. I don't know. I guess there's growth even in my fear. But I'd love to hear your experiences with discernment and trying to figure out how you decide when to stay in a situation or when to go. Each one of us is different. That's the beauty, I guess, of how God created things. It's not black and white. And I think God uses whatever we give Him. I'm Anastasia. It's been nice to see you. And no matter if you decide to stay or go, I hope you know that you are loved and you are worth it. It's raining outside. I want to finish this soon so that I can go out in the rain. Hopefully that'll work out. I will defeat you, video, and I will get you done. Mwahaha. Ramble. 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't have a cool outro for today. Anyway, I'm trying to think of something cool. I can't think of anything cool. Lots of issues. I'm sure all of us have enough issues that we could each write our own math book. Oh no, I did that one. Sorry. We have enough issues that we could start our own magazine line. That's what I meant to say. And enough problems to write our own math book. That's what I meant. I think it's sounds like it's still raining. I think it's still raining. So I'm gonna wrap this up and go out in the rain. Cool. No, I don't have anything cool. My brain is, it's gone. I wanna go out in the rain. It's probably done by now. Just ramble. Cool, okay. There's no wisdom here. Sorry guys. Alright, quick, before the talking continues, you should leave. Bye! I'm Anastasia. Let me just, la 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 la. Did you leave yet? Where'd you go? Ah! Should you stay or should you go? You should probably go because it's not good to spend too much time on the internet. So, goodbye. Can you see my eye? Oh, up close and personal. Here's my close up. My close up, everybody. Hi. Okay, cool. I'm going to hate editing this.